NBC7's Nightly Check-In is sponsored by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating and Air, Flood and Restoration.
We know how.
San Diego County is spared for now from the governor's new round of restrictions, but they could all change in just a matter of days. Thanks so much for joining us for the Nightly Check-In. I'm Mark Mullen. San Diego County was not one of the 19 counties that today was required to stop indoor dining, but Public Health Officer Dr. Wilma Wooten says we are heading in that direction, and she would not be surprised if we got on the state's watch list as early as this weekend. Currently, we've been flagged by the state for having too many positive cases per 100,000 people. Today, by the way, is the second day we were on that flagged list. If you are on the flag list for 3 days in a row, then we move over to a watch list. Once you are on the watch list for 3 days in a row, then Governor Newsom can place more restrictions on the county.
The reality is this is the danger and challenge that coronavirus faces. And again, it's not just us here in San Diego, and it's not just in California. You have states across the country that are forced into positions of reclosing things that have been open, and that's the last thing that we want.
County officials say they have shut down bars and wineries and breweries that do not serve food to try and keep our numbers down. There sure is a lot of anxiety and confusion among local business owners as restrictions and public health orders seemingly change every day.
A roller coaster, definitely emotional, very stressful.
Jess KOEHLER and her husband own FINQUITA winery and vineyard in Ramona. It's one of about 30 wineries in Ramona. KOEHLER says it has been hard to follow the constant changing rules. She says they were preparing to shut down yesterday until the county revised their public health orders, allowing the outdoor service of wine at a winery.
I think at this point we're just taking it one day at a time. We're planning to be open, and if that changes, if we're ordered differently, then we'll take it as it comes.
Supervisor Diane Jacob clarified why wineries got an exemption and not bars. She says rural wineries are in a different category. They close at sunset, do seated tastings, and is a different environment to place the same kind of restrictions on. In the North County, a local restaurant is getting rid of dine-in service for now, and it is not to keep the virus from spreading, but because of the backlash the staff is getting for asking people to wear masks. GOODONYA in Encinitas has closed the restaurant over confrontational customers who refuse to wear a mask. The restaurant's owner says some customers berated her employees for simply enforcing the county's rules.
It's usually that 5%, that fringe, who's just kind of freaking out, and they're yelling, they're combative, making you just feel bad. We've had tears multiple days.
GOODONYA is reopening Friday morning for takeout only, so they don't have to deal with that. The owner is hoping to expand outside into the parking area to avoid further face coverings conflicts. Be nice. Here are today's numbers. Today's positivity rate increased to 6% and pushed our rolling average to 4.5%. That came from 374 new cases out of 7,825 tests reported. The total is now 14,623. Sadly, San Diego had more fatalities. 7 additional people died in a 24-hour period, bringing the total death toll to 372. Some branches of the San Diego County YMCA reopened today after being closed since March. Some of those locations include the Mission Valley YMCA, Dan McKinney Family YMCA in La Jolla, Jackie Robinson Family YMCA in Mountain View, and the McGrath Family YMCA in Spring Valley. 4 other locations are scheduled to reopen next week. An experimental coronavirus vaccine is showing some positive results. It is being developed by PFIZER and German biotech company BioTech. Earlier tests on healthy patients showed they developed higher levels of COVID-19 antibodies than typically seen in infected people. However, more than half of the 36 patients reported a minor side effect like fever or sleep disturbances. PFIZER says it will begin a much bigger sample study this summer to see if the vaccine can protect against a real infection. Warming temperatures until the weekend. Dagmar will join us next right after this quick break.
NBC7's Nightly Check-In is sponsored by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating and Air, Flood and Restoration.
Call 1-800-BILL-HOWE. Bill Howe. We know how.
Is your water heater rusted, old, or leaking? Have a new Mood water heater installed by a certified Bilhouse technician. And Mood will extend their standard warranty from 6 to 8 years. You know who to call.
Because we know how.
Here's what we're looking at for your Thursday. Basically the same type of weather pattern that we did enjoy for Wednesday, but maybe a little bit more clearing along those coastal zones. So that's where you'll end up seeing your temperatures in the low 70s again, gradual stubborn clearing on and off here and there. It kind of depends on where you are along San Diego's coastline, how much sun you'll see, but gradual partial clearing. Partial to mostly sunny skies. About 80 in the inland valleys. Mountains you're looking at about that upper 70 mark, mostly sunny in the desert, still in the low 100s, also mostly sunny skies there for you. And the heat is about to begin. We've got a warm up on the way just in time for the 4th.
After being shut down for more than 3 months due to the coronavirus pandemic, one of San Diego's more popular attractions is back open.
All right, thank you. Good to go.
USS Midway Museum reopened to the public this afternoon with some changes. For now, only the hangar deck and flight deck are open because there is a lot of room to move around safely. All of the climb aboard experiences and hands-on things will stay closed for the time being. All ticketing being done online. As you walk around, you will see plenty of hand sanitizing stations pretty much everywhere. Face covering is also required for everyone on board.
We'll be able to walk around kind of at our own pace and not touch things. I think we're very aware of that now.
Even though the entire ship isn't open just yet, there are some new things to see, including a new plane on the hangar deck. The most fun parts are back open. A handful of museums and activities are also opening this week in Balboa Park. If you are not quite ready to visit a museum in person, the San Diego Museum of Art has just the thing for you. They launched their first virtual exhibition. It's inspired by a painting created by artist Juan Sanchez Cotan back in the 1600s.
I lived in San Diego for 3 years and I would visit the painting as often as I could. And I'm primarily a filmmaker, so I thought it would be interesting to try and respond to the painting with my own medium in this like contemporary time.
Pretty cool. The Fleet Science Center, the San Diego Natural History Museum, and the Veterans Museum will be back open on Friday. That's going to do it for our nightly check-in. I'm Mark Mullen. Be safe. Have a good night.